guys, so today we're going to go through the mini quiz from 5.5. So we've got the graph of f is given, and then we've got g is the integral from 2 to x of f of t dt. So part A says find g of 3, g prime of 3, and g double prime of 3. All right, so I'm going to just start up here and do part A up here. So g of 3 is going to equal, we plug 3 into the g function, so the integral from 2 to 3 of f of t dt. So that's going to equal the area under the curve from 2 to 3. So we've got a trapezoid. This one's a base of 4, base of 2, height of 1. So we've got 1/2 base 1 plus base 2. So that's going to be 6 times my height is 1. So we've got g of 3 is equal to 3. All right, I'm going to erase that so that that is not blocking our whole graph. All right, now we have g prime of 3. So we have to take the derivative of g of x. So g prime of x is going to equal, derivative of the antiderivative is going to be a function inside f of x, and we substitute in that bound. So this is the graph of f. It's also the graph of g prime. So if I want to know what is g prime of 3, I go to the graph of g prime. At 3, it's at 2. All right, and now g double prime of 3, so that's the derivative of this graph, aka the slope of this graph. So it's going at 3 down 2 over 1, negative 2. All right. So on to letter B, we're going to find the average rate of change. When you think average rate of change, you think slope. And we're given 2 points, 0 and 3. So I want to do g of 3 minus g of 0 all over 3 minus 0. That's going to be my slope. So the things that I need to find are g of 3, which I found up above, which is 3, minus, now I need to do g of 0, which is going to equal the integral from 2 to 0 of f of t dt. So we do the area under the curve from 2 to 0. We're shading backwards. So it's going to be negative, and then that's triangle. So height is 4, base is 2, 1/2, 4 times 2. So we get negative 4. So g of 0 equals negative 4. So minus a negative 4 all over 3. So that's positive 7 over 3. That's my average rate of change. For how many values c is g prime of c equal to the average rate found in part B? Okay. So g prime. This is my graph of g prime. I'm going to just erase my coloring in on that graph. All right, this is my graph of g prime. I'm going to use a red one so it stands out a little bit. I want to know, when does g prime, the graph, equal, when does g prime equal my average rate of change, which is 7/3. All right, so that is, or for how many values? So 7/3 is 2 1/3. So 2 1/3 is up there. How many times would g prime, the graph, equal 7/3? 1, 2. 2 values. Okay, because g prime of x is going to equal 7/3. And then if we look at that, from there you can gather that. All right. Find the x-coordinate of the points of inflection of G. All right, so points of inflection, G double prime has to change sign. All right, so it changes signs. So first thing, G double prime is the derivative of this graph. The slope is the derivative. So the slope of this graph changes signs at x equals 2 because it goes from a positive slope to a negative slope. Let me just erase that line. And let's see, 4, nope, it goes from a negative slope to a negative slope. 5, it goes from a negative slope to a positive slope. So, and x equals 5. All right, justify your answer because G double prime changes signs. And that's it.